Hey,
Hello everyone.
hello everybody.
How are we today? Yeah, let's see a bit more of Fabian too. So, welcome everyone. Let's start doing the check on sound. Can you guys hear us? Please say a yes around. Just write it down so we have an idea. Because this time I am setting the stream, and that means trouble. And cannot, can, yeah. Hello, everyone. Greetings. Yeah, new camera angle. We are doing it old school from the laptop today. Okay, so let's start saying.
Hello to some people.
Yeah,
I'll
absolutely.
start with people on Twitch. There is Creep Lightning. Hello to Patrick Star 84. Also, hello to Baryonyx Boy. Everyden. To let's say hello to Fur77. To Zenace 33. Choda Boy 1. And Papi Blaze.
Papi, let's say hi. Hi, Don Fab. Yes, we are only Fabian and me today. It's a nice story because this is not the first time we have worked together. We worked together in another title many years ago,
Yeah.
back in Berlin for another company. And yeah, we're here like all times.
Then we worked at Space Ape, never on the same team, and started working together. What I started in August last year, working on the team.
Yeah, actually. So
Yeah.
What's they say? The world is small, right? You always end meeting the same people. More hellos. The world is small, right? You always end silence. This YouTube. Have you read YouTube? No, you have
No.
Twitch. So YouTube, we have Aiden Chartif. Hello, Aiden. Did Wave. That's a cool name. Sharksy. Greetings, Sharksy. Voltron X. Wrong bot. Obby, Noveler. So welcome everyone to another session of the Transformers Earth Wars streaming, a kind of old school.
Old school one, made with a laptop. It's a bit of a holiday feel. In the office, some people are not there. This is why also this is on vacation, is off, and Deb as well. So this one's for you. Hello to
César André Valenzuela Carrillo. Hola. Hola to you. Hola para ti.
Hello to Sam Panda. Also hello to Georgie Carver. To Nick McCarthy, Jeff Van Vorst, Mohamed Bagat, Alan Krulik, Georgie Carver, we said already, Lashan Smithy Smith, Reggie Collins, Jason Perry, Delos Pablos, YMD.
How different is saying names from Facebook, like real people's names, and then we go to tweets, like it's everything can happen there.
And hello to Pete Mazio finally. And then some new people arrived on Twitch, 69 Big Fella, Bloody Harry 84, Claw Gamer 97, hello to Big Bronze Rim, to Techno Angels, Moobot, and Chronos Prime.
Moobot, it's the bot of the channel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did it before. So if you realize that he's typing some weird things, that's why. Cross Prime, also some good names of old friends there as usual. And we won't disappoint the people because this is a special QA session. You often have many questions. You want to ask us about events, designs, upcoming bots, and we will tell you as much as we can. But let's start with the usuals, showing what will happen this weekend, showing the event, the dialogue, that's always fun, and yeah, the usual stuff.
Yeah, should we start with the event or the dialogues?
Let's start with the dialogues this time. So let's start seeing if I manage to run the dialogues. So we go to the game screen and closing this and opening this. So the name is Recruitment Drive. This is not a name I selected this time. My event names used to be more obtuse. So I asked people for help, and some people that is really into Transformers tell me suggestions for the saga's names. And this is Recruitment Drive is the second saga for two very special gods. So let's start. Do you want the screen or?
No,
Or
not
we
here.
can go here. Playing transmission. I will start with the ape. That's okay. You, Goldfire, why would you help us?
Yeah, generally you Autobots look us on Beast Wars board as the poor relations.
Not me, cheater. And besides, I know what being an outsider is like. As Bumblebee, I was always humored, but no one quite took me seriously.
Poor Bumblebee.
Yeah, and since my upgrade to Goldfire, brief surge of interest, then same story.
So what? You thought you'd come schmooze with the uncool kids, get lost.
Wait, Tigerhawk! Let's hear him out. You said you could help us scoop up a new maximal recruit? Yeah, I know a thing or two about transmagnetech, Optimus Primal. Melody's right. It's a whole other proposition to reliably move a bot through space and time. And generations, I guess. But it is doable. You three are living proof of that. I'm taking all the dialogue. Do you want to look?
Okay, but we would still need access to a space bridge portal, and Jetfire keeps a watchful eye on the one here at Autobase.
There is another part of an outpost 50 or so miles due west of here. Kind of a backup, a default in case Autobase was ever compromised.
Need to know, right? And clearly, we didn't need to know.
Yeah, well, those decisions are made way above my head. In fact, all decisions. Anyway, you want me to show you what is at or not?
You call, Big Bot. But another maximal, power hoof in the air when the Autobot leadership consent vote goes down couldn't hurt.
Goldfire, consider yourself an honorary maximal. Live on.
This default space bridge would be of interest to our enemies also. Surely.
Trust me, Tigerhawk, it was erected in utmost secrecy. Most Autobots didn't even know, so I think it's safe to say the Decepticons haven't a clue. And by the way, don't call me Shirley. Haha, Simon. Haha.
Hey, when people say trust me, and safe to say, I feel like swinging up the highest branch I can find. So yeah, another maximal is coming. It was announced this week in the newsletter. This will be Rhinox. Yeah, and so Simon tied in our new leader contest inside the Autobot faction where people are going to vote for the new leader, and obviously Optimus Primal is hoping that they will get the vote of this new maximal.
It's been a long time. I remember it's been some sagas ago that Optimus and Megatron almost killed each other, and they are still hurt and recovering. And because there are many versions of each, they are trying to see who is the leader. Yeah. And for Autobots, maybe something more democratic. For Decepticons, we'll see. They are not that big on democracy.
Yeah.
Decepticons.
As you can probably read in the second part of the dialogue, we're not going to read it today, but you can see it from the newsfeed in the game.
It's quite fun, and they are kind of parallel histories. And we have read the whole saga, and Simon Furman really went off for the humor and kind of the breaking the fourth wall. You will see reference about the space bridge, opening crystals, and things that, well, as players we all know. And should we jump into the event?
Yeah, so just one thing, we were just talking about Rhinox right now. It's been announced, we're still working on him and Tarantulas, so we won't show them this time around because they're really not finished. We still need to go through our quality assurance, but we will give more info in next week's newsletter, and we will probably demonstrate everything and their ability in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we can say it hasn't been easy for Fabian as designer because
Yeah.
both bots are quite different. Like a Tarantula, that's the smart scientific guy, and then Rhinox, the
Well, it turns
bulky.
out actually Rhinox is also like a smart guy, despite
Okay.
being very strong as well. So the ability is not exactly something that's gonna like be just only power. So there was something that tied them in there. We'll see. We'll see. We'll
Nice.
see if players like it.
I'm really glad we did. We choose this bot from Beast Wars because you know this is kind of a love it hate it for players having Beast Wars characters, but they really look so good. I mean, we are really proud, especially on Rhinox, the way it looks.
Yeah.
It's
I think
strong,
like yeah,
bulky.
so Tarantulas looked already quite cool. I think, and it didn't look. The thing with like the Beast Wars characters is like they have like in the lore they have this kind of like fake organic skin that makes the toy look very kind of like realistic, and it goes a little bit. It doesn't look so well in our game and doesn't fit so much with the other boss. So that's why we try to get somewhere in between where it still look a little more like boss, but still a little bit like animals. So it's a fine line, and I think like the artists really like find the right spot for Rhinox.
Oh yeah, they still look like the toys we would like to have about them, and Tarantulas gives me the creeps when you see him walking around, and it's dangerous, right?
Yeah.
And he can.
It's really worked well. Like it really walks like a spider, but like he also has this kind of like high tech feel to it with the face. As you can see, like in the newsletter, you have some renders already. So yes, some players were asking, why didn't you guys made Maximal Depth Charge and Predacons Rampage as the next from Beast Wars era?
Because of reasons.
The door is not closed. I mean, it's not like we've done this one since it's never going to be Beast Wars characters. I know they are like less often than other ones, but potentially this one could come in the future.
I mean, there are so many, and they are kind of very characteristical. That is very hard to choose. We are choosing in between the needs of the game, what kind of bot we want to release, what the players would like to see in the game, and also what Hasbro wants from us, right? Because they have their toys releases, and we want also to promote what they are promoting. So that's a bit what makes us decide. And yeah, they always look good in game, and we are very proud of them. What else are we very proud of? Combiners. Combiners. And this is a very special weekend for combiners because for the first time you can acquire your first combiner if you have none from a in-game event for the weekend. So this is a very special event. It's 10 prestiges, and as we can read, every prestige gives you on completion a Superior or Devastator 3-star crystal. That's a crystal that, once opening, guarantees you one of the bots that make part of Superior or Devastator, depending on your faction. It's a not dupe crystal, so if you open 6 of these crystals, you are guaranteed to have all the bots you need. And then, if you have all the bots already, or you only miss a few, then you will get 1000 Combiner Spark. So you unlock your Combiner and you start leveling it up. And we did it expecting it to help new joiners, to help them to be in level to other players, to be able to use this amazing feature that are attacking with combiners. And if you have any friends that just started to play or alliances you want to help, this is a very good opportunity to play together during the weekend. It's not really hard to get these 6 crystals. So the idea is that if you play during the weekend, you will get your combiner. And if you want to go a bit further, you can get extra spark, combiner spark. And especially for the high level players, you can unlock 2500 4-star crystal shards. In other words, that's a guaranteed 4-star character. Also the usual premium crystal shards, energon alloy, spark, a lot of spark, and MK3 battle boosters in case you have run out. I will show you in the lineup how it looks once you start. You will start with some premium shards, a bit of the mix of everything. Going to the end, you will get to the point of getting the 4-star shards, and then this special crystal that, as you can see the preview, you will see which bots do you have. It's like the other lineups in the game, and opening one of these crystals. In this case, it would guarantee me a power glide or an alpha bravo. Once I open the second crystal, it will be the missing bot. It can be power glide if I got alpha bravo or the other way around. If then I open more of these crystals, because I have all the bots, 1000 combiner spark. It's kind of a setup I am playing around. I hope you guys enjoy it.
People really, I was reading in the chat, people really appreciate to get Combiner Spark because it's kind of like you don't get it in a lot of places. And they were also asking if there will be more Combiner Spark in events in the future.
It's not the plan really. Maybe in special events like this one where you can get a combiner bot. Also, every time we release a combiner, you get a combiner event where you get the bot and you can get the duplicate and then get the combiner spark. We will see. That's not really the plan, but from time to time we can see it in events. And yeah, it's very special. I mean, you are a very dedicated hardcore player. You can get, you have already this combiner, so you can get a 4-star. If you just join the game or you have been struggling to get your first combiner, this is your chance to get a guaranteed one. And yeah, start playing hard with these big boys in attack. And that's the thing. What else? So, well, just for showing what's happening on the weekend. Also, the event will be paired with some mixed bundle with impactor crystals, very popular, very powerful. The guy with a hook in the hand that destroys everything and turns into a. Is it like a quadruped machine? No.
Which one are we talking about? Sorry, I was going on questions. Impactor. No, it's kind of, so it's sort of
It's real.
Yeah, it's a vehicle that was used to drill and to extract minerals from a mine. I don't remember exactly the name of the thing, and this is and he has, that's how I call the ability, by the name of this beam that he's using in the mine in the game. People really like Impactor. Like, I think I made it quite powerful.
Well, this weekend is the chance to get it. Also, in next week we'll have a Nightbird and a Skydive. They are Skydive. They are all bots, but they have been recently added with G1 core. So if you are looking to get the G1 core, this will be also your chance. And then here we see something new, character bundle. This is basically a new system we have implemented where the system automatically will show you bundles for bots you are missing. Because some people, we find people that is requesting bundles from bots that are so old that we don't have them on the shop anymore. And the system will give you a solution with that by automatically from time to time and in a rotation system offering you bundles of bots you are missing. The thing we are missing is the art, though, because this comes from the hardcore machine, let's say. So this is kind of a standard art. But the interesting thing is the crystal on it, and it's like any other normal bundle where you have the crystal, some energon, and some spark. It will rotate with any other bundles like the builder bundle or the spark bundle or the premium character bundle, and then it will also rotate the bot that it will show to you. And the bot is based on your main faction and the 4 stars you are missing. If you have them all, congratulations, and you won't see any bundle. But there is still new bots coming.
About the new bots, I had some questions about, will Rhinox be a healer? I think we kind of mentioned healer were coming maybe. We looked at Rhinox and we decided like we can't possibly make it a healer.
Yeah.
It's just like he's a Rhino, it didn't really make sense. People were asking what class is going to be. I cannot say that this week, I just can say he's not going to be a healer. The only other other things like no more bots that don't transform in game. So I can also tell you that Rhinox and Tangiers will transform. When you use their ability, they will transform in the showroom as well. Yeah, and one more thing. Yeah. So we're not opposed to the idea of introducing healers to the game again. Rhinox and Tangiers were not the ones, but it's getting a bit difficult to find in the lore some bots that could fit being healers. So I saw some suggestions in the chat. I wrote them down. If you have more suggestions for bots that could be healers, they are very welcome.
we're looking for medic types, but it's very limited. Scientific types, it's also kind of
Yeah.
limited.
It's kind of like there is good bots, one or two bots on the Autobot side, but it's harder to find a Decepticon that would be a medic or a scientist. I mean, Tarantula could have been maybe not really.
Yeah, it's
Because
more
like he has this really creepy lore where he does experiments on other bots and on humans. That doesn't really sound medic.
not exactly healing.
No, it's not exactly healing.
Missing with any being. Oh, so good.
Yeah, so I've got some suggestions. Hoist and Moonheart. I have Rhaegar for both team, and I got some other ones. Which one?
Nice. He's actually taking notes, so
Yeah.
send your suggestions.
Red Alert, Hoist, and Grapple. I'm also taking questions, so if we are gonna answer questions, don't hesitate to drop them in the chat. If I don't answer straight away, I'm trying to just like keep note of them, and we will answer them during this stream.
Cool. So let's see if any questions are around.
Question around Defensor. When is he coming? Yeah, we can safely say like we are working on Defensor, but as you know, is a combiner and takes a lot more work, especially on the outside to put them together, get the boss that we already have in the game, make them assemble in the animation and everything. So it's in the work. It's gonna come. I cannot really announce dates yet.
No, it's a bit early for that, and because we have already a lot of combiners. After all, it's a bit hard to choose what they will do or how to make them special. Really, we just don't want to release another strong boy that will go and punch things, but make it special. In this case, Defensor special.
Yeah. So it's gonna come, but yeah, we cannot really say how. And the art and the design for them is already looking good, especially like Abominus looks really cool. Yeah, because he has like all these kind of like animal bots, you know, like dinosaurs, Reaper Snapper. So like there are some all assembled. It looks really cool.
Yeah, we have some preview. We cannot show them, but it seems like the animal parts, like the monster part, are a bit more shown or exaggerated. Like you see the fin from
from Reaper Snapper
on the shoulder. Very cool.
So yeah. What else? I saw some other question.
There is one from Creep Lightning. Creep Lightning, any more Cybertronian bots plan? We like the idea. We like the Cybertronian forms. But again, we have a lot of things to release, a lot of things on the table already. So someday.
There was, when we did the raids, there was a couple of other candidates and kind of like prototype type of like thing that we got from Hasbro from different bots. We decided to go for Starscream and Jetfire, and I think there was another pairing that looked really cool, but I'm not sure it's going to happen anytime soon now because we got some other plans for the end of the year.
Oh yeah, the special things happening. So, but it's not out of the table. I mean, I love the design. We love the designs of the Cybertronian modes, and it offers a new layer of abilities and kind of lore behind. They look amazing in game, so yeah, at some point we will like to have more of them, for sure.
So people are saying that Supreme and Maximum are weak compared to Volcanicus and Victorion, and if we are thinking to buff them, there is no plan on buffing combiners. It's also because now there is this option that if you use different combiners, it also takes less resources from you, less Ore 13 from you. So the idea is to use different combiners in different situations, and I don't think we're gonna buff them at this point.
Yeah,
not that weak.
Error Cartel and still need the other Quintesson avatars. That's true. We had like 5 Quintesson avatars. I think we have released like 3 of them or 4. The thing about avatars, it's another of these score points from players. Some players love them, some players hate them, and having the avatars in an event, it's not always as good as expected. So I have to figure out a way to deliver this rest of avatars for you players that are more appreciative or you like to collect them and show them on your profile. So they will be out at some point, for sure. When, I don't know, but it's quite close on my list. What else?
What time zone are we in?
BST.
BST. Yeah,
BST.
our office is in London.
Yeah, so we are
But
BST.
if you are asking this because of customer support, we have people working all around the world, and they can answer to you normally quite quick. Hi, how can we fuse our 1-star and 2-star bots into 3 stars and 4-star bots?
No, not in this game. The thing is that it will be against how it was designed. The whole economy is built in a different way. And if you think about it, getting a duplicate and getting a spark to improve your other bots is already somehow merging or feeding bots with the same copy of the bot. So the system is similar to other games that use this fusing system, but it kind of in an indirect way. So you get a duplicate and you get whatever resource you need to make your best bots even better. Transmetal power cores. What was that? Doesn't ring a bell.
What?
Transmetal power cores. Wink, wink, wink.
Wink. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Someday. Any plans to change the outdated achievement rewards? Yes, I do have plans, and now I will start to have more time for that because I finish other stuff like the bundles things and such, and it's my next big thing to work on. The thing is that my idea is to have like a complete thing around achievements, not only just adding more stuff of them, but having any kind of action in the game related to rewarding collections, rewarding having like 2 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars, and putting rewards and goals long, mid, and short term for every kind of player. So it will be something big and it will take a bit of time. But yeah, the idea is to update achievements.
There was some question about like, can we add a daily challenge that require using alloy? I don't think that is gonna happen. We had so the solution for using alloy at a high level was the shield.
Yeah.
So that was something that we wanted to bring you to give you an opportunity to use some alloy and gain something with it. And this is more defense for your HQ, which can come very much in handy when you do alliance wars.
Correct. Also, alloy, energon, or 13 is this kind of resource that is time based, so it's potentially infinite. It depends only on days and the time, so it's hard to make things with them other than make them usable for the other stuff like the shield, right? But spending or
I mean, it is pretty much the currency that is used during the game to upgrade your base, and this is the main thing for it, and it just like pays the upgrading of bases, so like the game stays balanced for everybody. But when you're finished, you don't have really much use for it, and probably, it will come back if we do another HQ level. That will get useful, and then you will reach your maximum, spend it, go it again.
You will have to spend all you have, and then and that's how it works, right? You will get stronger and stronger.
Also, a question about is there any plans for defensive prime cores? I don't think so, because really much like the prime cores, they are unique.
All defensive prime cores.
The prime cores are unique, and it's kind of a nice thing that you have a unique prime core that you put on your favorite bot, or that has like a personality and everything. It wouldn't really make sense for us to put a prime core on a kind of average building that's not very special or anything. So no, nothing is happening on that side. There might be some more defensive cores for buildings, but no prime cores per se.
Yeah, we are aware that some players already have, or they are very close to have all the prime cores according to the prime shard events we have run. And there will be something else you can use with the prime shards. So if that's your worry, do not worry, because we have a plan. We have a plan. We have it covered, and will be something strong and unique. Maybe not as strong and unique as prime cores, because they are the primes, but they will be worth the effort for sure. So Feu77, I was actually thinking about this morning. Will you abolish the 2-star crystals? It's been ages we didn't get 2-star shards anymore, and that's why, because we kind of went towards giving prime shards. No, sorry, not prime shards. Premium crystal shards, because it's kind of a bit better, and the perception is better. These are reward that you can get a 3 or 4 star, and it gives the question what to do with the 2-star shard crystal and the 2-star shards you have in inventory. I don't know yet. We'll think on it. Probably have something really easy that gives away some 2-star shards, so the loop is still in, and the loop is still feeding the other loops. So you get your 2-star, you get 3 from 3-star shards from a 2-star duplicate, and so on until gathering the 5-star shards. That's how it's built, the whole system. And the premium shards were a shortcut through that. But I would like still to have something about 2-star shards. Of course, something easy, something like just pick up from somewhere. I will have to think more about this.
What happens if you combine a combiner with a G1 bot? I think nothing.
What happens, sorry?
What happens if you combine a combiner with a G1 bot?
Nothing.
No, it doesn't carry over. That would be cool to have a whole G1 combiner.
It would be very curious.
Yeah,
right? Like
if you have like all the G1 characters, but no, it's not.
Or only one part, like one part looks
Oh,
like
one part is like a cartridge
badge.
looking. Yeah, no, it doesn't. Combiner outpost.
We have heard that from China server, right? And they have it. Actually, they told me this morning because I had a call, and many players use them. They love it, but also they have some issues like balance, and it's not an easy thing to implement. What happens when it fights another combiner? What happens if? There are many questions around. So we are studying the case. We are trying to polish whatever can fit in there and how. And we will keep you tuned. For sure, this is something on our minds, and we'll see. We'll see if it can be implemented in global.
Yeah, we're just looking at it and like taking the good ideas and like it's studying the problem they had and trying to.
I mean, it's cool. We love the idea. I mean, I want to see a combiner fighting another combiner, right? But then there is the thing of balance, or how do we apply it, or how many skills, how to use the skills. So these are things Yanis is already working on them, and we really want to have something like this, but we don't have any final answers yet. But pretty soon we'll have.
Is there any chance that we can improve the XP during the middle of the week?
So XP middle of the week is not really the focus. The focus for XP is the weekend. That's why we agreed to make the weekend events triple XP and not double as before. You still have the rates that we added more XP per building destroyed. It's not the same, but it's still a bit of help. And then you have the normal XP from battles to players and other, right? So it's not a worry. Of course, it's better if you have more XP, but then things tend to be too fast. And we prefer to have this, everything together during the weekend where people have more time, and then you have more rewards, and it's kind of a global thing that you play, you get XP, you get rewards, you get crystals, so it's kind of a more complete session for you. And that's why we want to keep the triple XP only for the weekends.
Also, any thoughts on any new single player comment? I start again. Any thoughts on any new single player content coming soon? I think they might be talking about campaigns, maybe. We talked about this like in the last stream. It's kind of like, so campaigns is a little bit like it takes a lot of time to configure, and it is something we could do if we really had something to give out in terms of like new content and stuff.
2-star shards.
2-star shards.
And then.
But yeah, if something big comes to the game, it makes sense to have a little story and everything, but it takes a lot of time on the designer. And so like right now, my time is very much focused on making the next 2 bots and the next set of combiners. So I don't think any single player content is coming really soon.
Yeah,
but
it's
maybe-
complex, right? And then you run it one or twice, and it's the same.
Yeah.
So it's not really rewarding on the time spent from it. There was some mention also of having an individual leaderboard. As long as I remember, we have never had one. Maybe when we release the game, but I am not sure of that. And we will try. I mean, I'm not opposed to that. It's kind of a difficult expectations to have about this kind of event because the difference between players can be a lot or not a lot, or it depends on many factors, right? But probably we will have this kind of individual leaderboard on the plans, and yeah, to show the world who is the best Transformers Earth World player. And so it's something also on our plans.
Oh, wait, there are more questions. There's a lot of questions today.
that's good.
5-star combiners. No.
No, they are already too strong. Too strong.
Yeah, combiners are already really strong, and a new combiner is coming soon. So it's more about, I think combiners, the way we see it, is more about like collecting all the combiners, unlocking them, and 4 stars. And we don't want to have another. It's already difficult. Not a lot of players, have like all the combiners and everything. For a lot of players, it's a bit difficult to have like 2-3 of them. So like the focus is to have like another set of combiner, but not adding another layer of collection with 5-star, especially that we haven't released.
The new ones and.
I don't know how many 5-stars are actually part of combiners. I don't know.
No. There are some for sure, but they don't offer any bonus right now, and that would make the difference between having them or not having them too strong. Like you could just smash at this stage, right?
Maybe we can stop the question for now. I'll take some more, so you can still drop them in the chat, and I will try to answer them after we did some trivia.
Correct.
So just a quick reminder, we're gonna ask a question. It's a trivia that's been done by Nathan. We're gonna ask the question, and you're gonna pop the answer into the chat. And for us to find you and give you a reward, you will need to give the answer with your in-game name, alliance name, and HQ level.
Correct. So we can find you and send you the rewards. As you mentioned, these questions come from Nathan. You are watching us, so hello Nathan, and regards to the baby. We hope everything is going smooth and enjoying parenthood. And we will also have a special announcement about Nathan after these questions. But yeah, let's start. Do you want to read the first one, or should I?
Yeah, read it. I can read it.
Oh yeah.
So we're getting more Beast Wars characters, and as we've mentioned before, the amazingly talented Simon Furman, who wrote an episode of the Beast Wars cartoon, but what was the name of the episode? Okay. So our writer for Transformer Earth Wars, the amazing and talented Simon Furman, also wrote an episode of the Beast Wars cartoon, but what was the name of the episode?
So Simon Furman.
So quick reminder, if when you give your answer, please give us your in-game name, alliance name, and HQ level, so we can find you in-game and send you some freebie.
So Beast Wars cartoons, many writers there, and our own writer from Transformers Earth Wars also did an episode, and we need the name of that episode.
Let me check the answer because I actually don't know. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't watched Beast Wars.
I'm not gonna lie either. I think I was a bit too old by that time and didn't call that much my attention as much as I love Transformers. I suppose it's also kind of a nostalgia thing that you want to see what you watch as a kid. So yeah, Geoda 320, very good hint. Let's see who can Google it first. Yeah, we are aware this is very deep lore. We are not all Nathan Webb. He is like a encyclopedia of information about Transformers. So you can just Google and try to find the right answer before anyone else. Question: episode from Beast Wars, written by Simon Furman. We need the name. Pity,
So
pity.
I'm gonna post some name here so we remember. So I got someone on Twitch.
So checking the different channels, we are in YouTube, we are in Facebook, and we are in Twitch. So you can choose your platform and
We'll take one name out of each platform.
Yeah.
So
which one are you missing?
I got everybody.
Oh boy, that was fast. People is getting very proficient in Googling things. Cool.
So there's quite a lot of answers. You can also like keep on popping some questions for some Q&A towards the end, but we've answered a lot today already.
Oh yeah. Yeah, actually we were a bit worried about time, but we are well on time. So, okay. Should we give the answer?
Yeah, so the answer was Nemesis Part 2, and it is also the 52nd and final episode of Beast Wars.
That's quite a honor
Yeah.
for Simon, like
Yeah.
The last one.
Yeah, so we got some winners. We've got UltraClaw93, which is, I assume, is Alliance's Reborn Conquerors. We also have Burnout Prime from the Alliance Rangers Wreckers, and we have Matrix Prime from Cybercore Elite. So all of you, congratulations.
You get some freebies.
You get some freebie. We'll give the name to our customer support team, and we'll send that in about like 24 hours or something.
Yeah, but they will reach you for sure.
Yeah.
Burnout Prime, that's me on every Friday.
What?
Burnout Prime.
Burnout Prime.
Okay, second question. Reminder again, we need your name, your alliance name, your HQ level. And the question is, in the IDW comics, Tarantulas was one of the few Beast Wars characters to make several appearances. He was an evil scientist who once had a different identity. So, what was his previous name? What was the Tarantula's previous name in the IDW comics?
Tarantula actually really appears a lot in the Beast Wars thing. I was reading about it because I haven't seen all those episodes. But yeah, he's actually appearing a lot, and he's quite an interesting character. I mean, in my opinion, it's like, yeah, he's a mad scientist. It's like he's doing quite a lot. It's very interesting. Yeah. I recommend everybody to just like look him up a little bit. We also have like a nice little biography that's going to be in game, written by Simon Furman again.
Oh yeah, it's quite fun. And he has his kind of his own agenda.
Yeah.
And also in game has his own agenda. When you see the final part of this saga, you will see a very Tarantulas thing of him. So, question. Tarantulas was also known as, especially in these comics, it's easy to Google. I actually had to read it.
Yeah, I see some answers, but I see some answers without your alliance name and in-game name. So pop your in-game name and alliance name, otherwise you won't be selected.
Cool. Yeah, I think I read somewhere he was a disciple of Shockwave.
Oh, I'm not sure anymore.
Yeah, but he was kind of doing bad science and got out of these plans. But yeah, it's the real evil scientist that
he's a really evil scientist. Yeah. So it's kind of like he's interested by two things, which is like on one part doing mad scientist stuff, and on the other part just like capturing prey and eating them because he is a spider.
Wow, spiders you're gonna eat.
Yeah.
So the question, what was his previous name before Tarantulas?
Is it safe to say that we probably haven't? Let's pick at random some people with good answers, and then we will reveal the name right after I'm finished.
If you are wondering about Giannis and Debs, they are on holiday. Good for them.
If so no need to worry.
If you're watching this, close your laptop and enjoy your holidays, please. Giannis is, I think, in Greece, visiting, I guess, his family, and Yeah, going there to enjoy the sun. I was in Greece a
weeks
few
ago.
weeks ago, and I'm very tan now, and I'm peeling already. And it was amazing to have
I'm
a
going
lot
to
of
be the
sun.
only one being pasty white.
It's like yin and yang. It's sentis manus and manus. And Debs is also on holidays to enjoy some sun, I believe, in Portugal. So yeah, they will have a great time.
Yeah.
And you're stuck here with us.
So we got
Okay.
3 winners. The answer to the question was, what was the previous name of tarantulas? It was Mesotulas. Where does that come from?
It sounds like a Latin name for a spider.
Really?
Right?
Oh, it sounds like Meso, like this kind of era from the prehistory
Yeah.
and stuff like that, maybe because it's all set in the past. I'm not sure.
Mesotulas. It's a good name, though.
It's a good name. Sounds quite evil.
Yeah, probably not a name for a baby, but it's a good name. Mesotulas.
Yeah, so we got 3 winners. The winners are Hot Rod 23 from the Prime Titans. We've got Unicron from the Exiled Seekers, and we got Combas Peak from Scorched Earth.
Congratulations. You will get some freebies. Give us a few days. We send this info to our customer service, and they happily send you some freebies from your answer. That was quite a curious answers. I mean, these questions really, you must have a lot of knowledge, Nathan, to come up
with the questions.
Yeah.
So Nathan gave us also like a little link to share. He has a comic that's out now on Kickstarter, which is called Breedformers.
Breedformers. Going to leave UI. Sorry, that was a Brexit joke. And I'm logged, so I will post for you the links for this.
Oh, I did it there.
You did it already.
Yeah, if you want to post it there, maybe.
Yeah. We have here.
Yeah, so you can back his project, and that's gonna help him to get this comic done. I can see he already got his. He already achieved his goal, but you can still keep on backing him just in order to get the comic itself. I presume. Looks pretty cool. Nathan is like really talented.
There was an image I wanted to share, but then I thought, no, if you want to see it, you have to go and in the Kickstarter and see the video, because there is this amazing bot. It's kind of like an Austin Powers Mini Cooper that transforms to Austin Powers, kind of the super British spy. Of course, it's not Austin Powers, but it's a really cool concept. I mean, if a Mini Cooper had to transform into something, it must be this kind of British spy superhero, and it's pretty cool to have a story about that. So visit the link, and yeah, just get us hype as we are with the latest Nathan Webb's comic.
Cool. I don't see much more questions right now, so we'll just like do probably a quick roundup. The event this weekend is a new format. You can get some. Guaranteed free star that's going to be part of the first 2 combiner in the game. So for those who don't have them yet, and for those who already have them, you can get Combiner Spark to improve your already owned combiner.
Okay, and for Star Crystal, if you go through the 10 prestigious, you will sum enough shards to open to open a 4-star crystal and get any bot in there. So it won't be limited for the combiner bots this case, but it can be anything, or maybe a combiner bot if you're lucky.
That's for me because I have a 3-star combiner.
Oh,
so that was for me.
I don't think.
And I think I'm missing. Let me check. I think I'm missing only 1 bot from the 4-star on this combiner. So that will be my time. Nice. I have nothing to do this weekend. I think I found my occupation.
It's actually not hard to get. I mean, I designed it thinking on something achievable by alliances. Of course, you have to be active. You have to play around. It's not like pressing a button and getting all the things you want, but playing it, participating, fighting, thinking on ways to win these battles, and then you get a reward that is pretty cool. And if you are a very veteran player, 10 prestigious, kind of a bit more of a challenge for the weekend to have something to do, and you get this Spark, and you get user rewards, and you get a 4-star. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like this loadout or lineup of rewards. I always say loadout, and it's lineup. Non-English speakers.
There's no more English speakers on the team anymore.
Yeah,
there's no native speakers anymore.
That's true. That's very international.
Yeah, with Japanese, Greek, Spanish, French, Turkish.
Yeah. So,
fortunately, we have some really good proofreader.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're very very professional. It's Sabrina. I don't know if we have ever mentioned her, but she's amazing on doing.
She's doing all the localization on Transformers, and she review all the text, makes sure it's like always good.
But actually, she's Italian.
Yeah, but she's very impressive.
Yeah,
I kind of like I forwarded the text, and she corrects stuff in a way that you would never think she's not an English native. She's
that kind of person that is so good in languages. She speaks I don't know how many languages perfectly, and German.
Or she speaks Arabic.
Oh, well, that's not easy.
That's a hard one.
Well, let's check for any questions, maybe.
How long you've been working on Rhinox and Tarantula? So usually we start working on the next round of bot 1 week before the one before is released. So I've started working on Rhinox and Tarantula probably 1 week before Rook and Blot were released. Yeah. We just always have one on the go. It just like it takes a lot. It takes time to get the animation of all of them, the transformation and everything. So actually, the art team is making all the animation, the models and everything. We give them feedback. It goes back and forth. And once it's all finished, it comes to me, and then that's when we start configuring it, making the special ability, the technique, decide on what they're gonna do on the battlefield and all of this. So yeah, it's kind of like
it's busy. It's busy. We tried a time ago to have like things in advance, but you know what happened? That at some point you are so on the toes into the game that you want to have the last thing, and there was always more things that we wanted to implement, and having things scheduled too early wouldn't allow us. So it's a bit more dangerous, but we release what we want exactly at the moment of we want, and according to many player feedback, and you have these YouTubers showing you the bot, and if we have to implement changes, we will do so. For us, it's the best way.
So I see a lot of questions about like, when will this bot come into the game? When will this one and this one? As per usual, we're taking notes, and what I can say is the one coming after Rhinox and Tarantulas are actually some bots that have been suggested by the player many times in this chat. So we can't say now who they're gonna be, but I can tell all the suggestions don't fall on a deaf here. How do you say that in English? I don't know. So they're not like wasted suggestions, because the next round of bot after Rhinox and Tarantula have been suggested in this chat during the stream. So yeah, stay tuned for that.
Someone posted a Dorito. That's lovely. Thank you for the Dorito, Monster Few. Yeah, send us more.
So how many more new bots will you add before you add more squads to the shuttle, and when is HQ17 coming? I think both of these things are a bit far off.
Yeah.
There's no really plan. I mean, this is something we think about, but this is more like something we have like in the future. So we don't have a date for all these things. It's something that we know at some point we might do, but yeah, we can't. It's far.
Yeah. We are aware of the needs of players. We have people playing, and we know we have the data on usage, and when things need to be implemented, we try to be a bit ahead and implementing them, and that also applies to squads. Hey, thank you for the Doritos, Monster. Kapow! Trailer Optimus, that's another of the questions we get from time to time. This trailer that sometimes appears, disappears, it's kind of a magic trailer, but it has like a drone inside that is a weapon itself. The thing is that it's very difficult to implement. It's very different to anything in game. What do you do with a trailer? Do you leave it in the middle of the battle? Does it spawn things? We don't know. And also it would be like another version of another Optimus. We have several already. So it's okay, but it's not on our plans right now. But we know. We are aware that having the trailer would be something cool. Because it's very G1, but it's difficult to implement right now.
More questions. Are you even thinking of a better or more research lab? No, that's sorry. Like the research lab is part of the kind of like mechanics and like upgrade mechanic of the games. They are meant to work that way. I know some people get frustrated because they would like to have like better way to improve their boat faster. But yeah, unfortunately, we're not planning on doing anything on that sense.
So I think it also forces you to decide what to level up next. It kind of leads your strategy into the game. Another lab would be double the speed for everything, and double the speed you would get tired, or it would be too fast to go everywhere. Of course, not on the short term, like you would start having more bots, but it still takes time. But on the long term, it would definitely make the game less interesting because everyone would have like twice the amount of super strong bots, while now it's a task that is rewarded by having this very strong bot.
What about new bot class? Well, not really. We're not going to make new bot class because every class is kind of like very well defined and they work like as part of the whole game mechanics and they work in combination and everything. Although I can say like I've been playing a little bit with what is exactly a class. Like for example, I remember like Cybertron Starscream was a bit of a weird air class because it can shoot from very far and is almost a gunner in that sense. So there was like, or for example, I don't remember. For example, Book and Blood, I think there was like having more DPS than the usual warrior and stuff like that. So yeah, not exactly new class, but kind of like more left field kind of bots. How long till the newer bots make it into a new bundle rotation?
Yeah, so the new bundle rotation more or less has actually newer bots than a premium crystal. This one that we release goes up to Impactor, and it's quite one of the newest. Still, it's gonna be this weekend on the shop, but also you may get it from the rotation, and it's kind of a way to have it available for players. So yeah, it's quite updated the list of random bots that will appear on this new bundle. I wouldn't worry about that, and then we will be updating probably up to premium crystals. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of questions, that's a lot of answers.
Yeah, so I think so. We're gonna be back in 2 weeks. Might be my time to be on holiday in 2 weeks.
Oh.
But in 2 weeks, we will, even if I'm not here, we will show Rhinox and Tarantulas. There will be information on them next week in the newsletter. And on the 25th, that is where I'm still going to be here. Yeah, I'm still going to be here to show you Rhinox and Tarantulas.
Well, lucky you. You will show your production. Yeah, in 2 weeks, that's the plan. Next week, another event. And then after next week, it will be the end of the saga as usual. Most likely to be a leaderboard event. So you can start getting prepared.
Okay, so enjoy the weekend, this new event this weekend, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks, showing Rhinox and Tarantulas.
Cool. Okay, guys. Bye. Have a good time.
And now we close. We go to